19 years old, rapper and producer from Harlem. We're about to go to Vans Deep real quick to shoot a little interview for Caraveomedia. So,
very gifted interview.
Very gifted interview. You're watching right now.
A talented young
TNG.
Avant-garde.
I actually chose Demons. A little story of why, you know, I chose Demons. Demons, I always had that title in mind because there's a track in the mixtape called Demons, and that track really means a lot to me. Like when I was making the track and I was writing for the song, there's actually a sound clip that I took from one of Kanye's interviews that I put into the song, and the only thing that popped up to mind when I was listening to the interview was demons. Like, you know, what is demons? You know, I don't mean demons like bad spirits or anything that has to do with the devil, like diabolic. I don't mean nothing like that. Demons actually stands for dream every minute or never sleep. How did I come up with it? It was actually, I was riding the train with Twan Brown. Shout out to Twan Brown. We was riding the train together, and I told him my idea of why I wanted to name the mixtape Demons, and he told me, he's like, yo, demons should really mean something, you know. I think each letter should mean something. And I told him, I was like, I had in mind dream every moment or never sleep. And as we were riding the train, he told me, he was like, yo, moment doesn't really sound right. Like, it's missing something. I think it should be another word for the M, and I was like, I don't know what word to use. And as we were riding the train, he told me, he said, how about you try this? Dream every minute or never sleep. And then, to me, it just like rang a bell, like, damn, you know, that's a good title, you know? Because what does dream every minute or never sleep mean? You know, if you're not dreaming, you know, you're not sleeping.
The interview had a lot of my production. I did a lot of, most of the production, most of the beats that were in the interview were actually mine, you know. But now for Demons, it's not gonna be a lot of my production. I'm actually working with a couple producers that, you know, I've met, and that's one difference. Another difference would be the concept. The whole content of the mixtape would actually be more, I would say, way more different than what I had in the interview. Because what a lot of people don't understand, they always told me, like, why are you sticking to one subject in the interview? A lot of people told me, I've read comments, Twitter, Facebook, all that. They told me, why are you just talking about you being this, or why are you just talking about you having a dream? And, you know, to answer that question, when I focus on a mixtape, I treat my mixtapes like if they were albums, you know, like if they were stories. When an author writes a book and he focuses on one title, he's gonna stick to that one title. If you're talking about sneakers, you're not gonna go and talk about food. If you're talking about food, you're not gonna go and talk about sneakers. So I figured the interview, you know, what do you do in the interview? You know, you express who you are, you tell the people why you deserve that job, what makes you, and that's what a lot of people didn't understand about the interview. Like, believe me, I do have other concepts. I have a whole bunch of different subjects, but I just pretty much, I didn't use them because it's an intro mixtape. That's the big difference from the interview and Demons.
I would really like to work with a couple of artists that I have in mind, but for this mixtape, I'm only having one feature, and that's actually, if you don't know him, you gotta check him out on YouTube. His name is Vaca, you know, also known by Marvin Vaca. You know, you got him on Twitter, Facebook, or whatnot. You can, you know, search him on YouTube. A quick story about Vaca is that we grew up in the same neighborhood. You know, right now he's in Albany. He's going to college up there, and I honestly didn't know he lived in the same neighborhood. You know, we lived like 2 blocks away from each other, real close. And the reason why we met was because one of his friends, Jonathan Rivera, shout out to him too, he told me, he's like, look, I have a friend that's doing his thing also, like, listen, check him out. So I heard his stuff, you know, I heard his mixtape, and I was like, yo, this kid, you know, this kid is dope. You know, he has skill, he has talent, you know, he's lyrical. And while I was listening to him, you know, I noticed that we kind of have like similar concepts, you know, similar dreams. And, you know, there was like a connection between our music that I felt like, you know, maybe one day I should work with him or make a track with him. He came down for vacation and he was walking around with Jonathan, and that's how we met. You know, we started, you know, talking for a little bit, and I told him, I was like, you know, I'm working on this new project I'm doing, and you know, I would like to actually feature you in one song. And he told me, he's like, yo, let's make it happen. Tag Nation, you know, there's a whole bunch of meanings. Talented and Gifted, TNG, Them Against God, The Avant-Garde, you know, has a whole bunch of meanings, and it's not even like a crew.
You know, everybody has their role in the group, you know. I may be the only rapper in the group, but everybody has their own role, you know. Twan Brown, which is a hype man, you know. You got Chris Cortez, you know, the man right there. That's actually the man that actually gets all my shows and all that. You know, when I do performances, whether I gotta go here and there, you know, he's the one that handles all that. Everybody has their own, you know, role. And it's not just a group of friends that we grew up together, you know, Mac, Danny, Kelroy, you know, Steven, everybody has one part to the group, you know. It's not just they behind me because I'm a rapper, you know, they behind me because we a family, you know. TNG's a family. It's not just like, oh, we trying to do something cool, we trying to dress nice, and we just trying to blow up and have a little popularity, you know. It's not like that, you know. It's not even a group. It's like brothers. And that's how TNG came about. TNG, actually, little quick fact, Talented and Gifted is actually the middle school I went to. I went to middle school named Talented and Gifted, and you know, in high school, I thought about it. I was like, yo, I went to a middle school named Talented and Gifted. I was like, why not? Why not use it as a group name, you know, because believe it or not, we all have talent, you know. We just, you know, everybody has different talents. You know, we all talented in our own different ways. You know, so that's what TNT is all about. You know, what I did notice is, you know, a lot of people actually did hit me up, you know, writing to me a lot of positive things, saying that my music inspires them to like keep on doing a lot of good things. You know, I read a lot of messages on Facebook of people telling me like, yo, you know, I was doing this and then I stopped, but I was listening to your music and it made me keep on going because, you know, it has a positive message, you know. It's against everybody that doubts you, and that's one of the greatest things that I've read, you know. It's hard to keep up, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard to keep up with messages, you know. I can't really write back to a lot of you. You know, I do get a big amount of messages. But just reading them, just, you know, whoever's watching this interview, you know, I read everything, you know, I read everything that people write, you know, whether it's positive or negative, and I really do appreciate it.
We are living, a girl just died, a boy got sent to prison, what a prison that we living in, but we all think so. I don't, I'm by the crash and came, no insurance, let's call Geico. You already had your chance, move away, that it is Michael, they don't care about us. And I mean it just like Michael, but we trying to run the streets like a dog without an owner. If life had a dick, it would have the biggest boner, cause it's hard. But trust me, man, I'm coming for the throne, bitch, I'm harder than a single mother paying bills alone. So Lord, I thank you, cause even if my family wasn't ballin', they will always help their son every time that he was calling. Feeling like Alicia Keys, I keep on falling. Remember back when we were crowded.
Shout out to, first of all, Caraveomedia, shout out to TNG, everybody, you know who you are. Shout out to Vaca, shout out to Rich P. I'm looking at you and I'm hollering at you right now. Shout out to you, Rich P, you doing your thing. Shout out to everybody that's actually doing this shit too. Logic, nice man right there. Shout out to Chasing the Dream, shout out to you. Wale showed you his ambition, let me show you my mission. While Drake told us to take care, Jay-Z and Kanye watching the throne. While Cole made it be known that we living in the cold world. Rocky told me live, love, always strive and prosper. Lupe said we laces, but people ain't living proper.
Probably cause my people keep on changing like the weather. See, Ross told me personally that we'll be rich forever. You only live once, but I will reincarnate. Sean is finally famous, but tell me, yo, when it's my day. Today is my day. Ladies and gents, I'm the dreamer, the believer, but isn't that common sense? Tyler created all these goblins that surround me. Money, power, fame, getting loud and being rowdy. Now sit back and keep on calling me names. I gave you an interview. Look at how far I came. Quick.
You know, whether you believe in me or not, and whether I make it or not, like I said in the song, I'd rather have tried and failed than not tried at all. Peace.